Hello traders, you're welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be discussing a 4-hour Forex strategy. It's a simple strategy, but an effective one that allows you to catch major market moves without constantly watching the charts. So, with that, you can trade less frequently while targeting high probability setups. So basically, this strategy includes identifying key supports and resistance levels, using technical indicators to confirm entries, and managing risk effectively. Meanwhile, we are going to be looking at a step-by-step process on how to use this strategy. So the first thing to do is to identify key supports and resistance levels. Okay, we need to identify key support and resistance levels, right? We are on the 4-hour chart, by the way. Okay, identify key support and resistance levels because they play a very crucial role. They're very important. Okay, now the support levels they are price levels where the market tends to stop falling and reverse upwards. As we can see here, we saw a reversal upwards. This is a support level, this is a support level here. You can see this is a support level here, this is a support level here. So to identify a support, you might want to look for areas where the price has previously bounced higher after falling. Okay, prices bounce off support levels and go in the upward direction. So you might want to be looking out for that. That's how you identify support levels. On the other hand, resistance levels are price levels where the market has trouble breaking above, just like how we see here that price is having a challenge breaking above this level. Okay, this was another level, resistance level. Price had challenge breaking above it. It got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before it finally broke above that level. So you might want to look for areas like that where the price has turned down after rising and you just draw your horizontal line there. Then for the marking levels on the 4-hour chart, you might want to zoom out to see 1 to 2 weeks of price action. Okay, you might want to zoom out to see 1 to 2 weeks of price action, or you can even zoom out to see more. For example, in this particular um, chart, you can see that I zoomed out for over a month from 20th August to, you can see, about 11th October. So that's even more than a month. Okay, but you can decide to zoom in a bit if you want to just focus on maybe the most recent price movements. If you want to focus on the most recent price movements, you can decide to zoom in a bit, and then you can focus on maybe 2 weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back, a month back, and thereabout. All right, then now we need to use price action. We need to use price action to spot potential trend reversals. If the price has been trending upwards and forms lower highs and lower lows, it signals a bearish reversal. So for example, we saw that price was trending upwards here. It was moving up for a while, and then finally we had a breakout from this bullish structure. We had a break of structure, right? Because the price now formed, it began consolidating at this point, but this trend line still held up till this point before it broke out and it retested the trend line, and then we can see that it now formed lower highs here. You can see that it formed lower highs here. So in this case, it signaled a potential bearish reversal. Okay, similarly in a downtrend, if you have price trending lower and then suddenly you have a break in structure and then you have a higher high formed. Initially you were having lower highs and lower lows. You have lower highs and lower lows initially, and then suddenly you had a break in structure and then a higher high formed, it indicates a potential bullish reversal, as we can see happening here. We had a bullish reversal, and you can see that the price rallied all the way up to this point. Okay, then another thing to look out for are candlestick patterns. Candlestick patterns also play a crucial role. They play an important role in technical analysis. So you might want to look for reversal patterns like the engulfing candles, pin bars, doji candles as key support or resistance levels. When you find such reversal patterns around support or resistance levels, it can add to the credibility of that reversal or the validity of that reversal, because chances are that the reversal is going to prevail, although it doesn't mean that there are no false signals sometimes. Yeah, false signals happen sometimes, but when you find a reversal candlestick pattern around the support or resistance zone, it can improve the potency of that reversal. Okay, now you can also decide to use moving averages for additional confirmation. Remember that it is not very excellent to rely on just one strategy or one confirmation or one signal when you are trading. So it is better to get confirmations. If you are using a particular strategy to trade and that strategy involves just one signal, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It can give you what you want. But when you have multiple confirmations, it can even increase the accuracy. So in as much as one indicator can effectively make you catch good moves in the market, having confirmations can make you even catch more good moves in the market, okay, and less fake moves, okay. So we're going to be adding on the moving average to our chart just for confirmation. So we can consider adding the 50 and the 50 and the 200 moving average to our chart. This is just going to be for the purpose of confirmation, just for confirmation purpose alone, okay. So we're going to add this to our chart. And while the 50 SMA or the 50 EMA, and in this case it was the EMA that I added to the chart. So while the 50 EMA helps to identify short-term trend, the 200 EMA shows the longer term trend. Okay, so when the price is above the EMAs, as we can see around here, when the price is above the EMAs, it indicates a strong uptrend, and when the price is below the EMAs, when the price is below the EMAs, it indicates a strong downtrend, as we can see. Okay, and then just for additional confirmation, we might want to add on a momentum indicator. A momentum indicator like the RSI. The RSI is a good momentum indicator that we can use. Okay, so just to confirm overbought and oversold conditions. So when you have the RSI above the 70 level, it indicates that the market is overbought and it signals a potential downside reversal. On the other hand, when you have the price below the 30 level, the market is oversold and it signals a potential upside reversal. Okay, so for your entry confirmation, you can look for the price to be near support. You look for price to be near a support or resistance. Price should be near a support or resistance, and combined with a candlestick pattern that is for a sell. In this case, you can look for price to be, for example, at a resistance. You can see like around here, when price is around the resistance, and then at the same time we have a bearish candlestick pattern here, and then at the same time we have the RSI value within above 70 and pointing downwards, so it can be a potential sell. Okay, now remember that the 50 moving average is indicates short-term movement, right? So if you want to catch just some quick moves, when the price is below the 50 EMA, you can actually decide to enter because the 200 EMA is for longer term trades, right? So in this case, the 50 EMA gave us a go ahead for a sell. This horizontal resistance gave us a go ahead. The trend line gave us a go ahead, and the RSI gave us a go ahead. So you can actually open a sell trade here, set your stop loss above here, and then you can target the nearest support zone for your exit. Okay, you can actually do that. Now for a buy trade is just the opposite, right? Now, in terms of risk management, it's very important that you place your stop loss just above the resistance level for a sell trade, okay? And then for a buy trade, it's important that you place your stop loss just below the support level, okay? It's very important to use stop loss to protect your capital, and then it's good that you have a good risk to reward ratio. Okay, so you might want to aim for at least 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. This means that for every dollar you risk, you should be aiming to make $2 or $3 in profit. Okay, and then in terms of lot size, you might want to adjust your lot size so that you are risking no more than 1 to 2% of your account balance per trade. Okay, all right. And then it's important that you have a trading journal, as a trader to track your trades. And then you can note down why you entered, where your stop loss and target were, and whether the trade was successful, and all of that, all those important information. Over time, this will help you refine your strategy and improve your decision making process. Okay. And it's also important, if you can, to do some back testing, go back over historical price data and test this strategy, the strategy that we are discussing right now. You can test it on past trades. This helps you build confidence in the strategy and learn to spot the best setups. Okay, so by following this 4 hours Forex strategy, you can catch major market moves with minimal screen time while managing your risk effectively. I hope you found this video insightful. Kindly like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more trading insights so that you don't miss out on further updates. Okay, cheers and happy trading.